Hello and welcome to a new episode of Victoria 3 A to Z. Now today I was supposed to play China, but the new Spheres of Influence DLC just dropped and that added a bunch of new different countries I will have to play. And for some of them I might have to go back in the alphabet. Yeah, most of the new countries are right over here in Central Asia, but then there is also this Baltic Governorate. So you might be thinking, oh that's letter B, so I have to play the Baltics now, right? Well, wrong. Very wrong. Because there is this tiny little country right between the Sikh Empire and India, which is ahead in the alphabet. So this is the actual country I have to play today. Oh man, this is gonna be bad. I have like 0 units. Can I even get any Corlos? Oh yeah, I can. At least I can do that, I guess. Let's also improve the Sikh Empire, India, China, and Britain of course. And for research I'll go for stock exchange. Because in this new version stock exchange allows you to get investment rights. So that means other countries can now invest in your territory. That's because the whole way building ownership works has been completely revamped. Now there are 3 types of ownerships. First is having it owned by the local workforce. The second one is to have it owned privately by capitalists to the new financial districts and manor houses, or you can even have it owned by a country, and that also includes foreign countries, if you have investment rights of course. So that's really cool, I have to say. So let's start building some more stuff, like a logging camp, some wheat farms, seal plantations, cotton plantations. Yeah, thinking about it, I have a pretty good start to create a big textile industry, and all those different industries will start off as being owned by the state, but I can later privatize them. Let's see, what else is new in this DLC? Oh yeah, Spheres of Influence adds a lot of new different diplomatic actions, and also power blocks. You can form one if you are a major power and you have 500 influence. And there are 5 different types of power blocks: trade leagues, sovereign empires, ideological unions, military treaties, and religious convocations. And all of them come with their own unique buffs. Right now there are only 5 of them in the entire world, but I think the French might also form one. Right now, however, the Russian one is the Sovereign Empire, so is the Ottoman one, the Austrian one however is an ideological union, and the Prussian one is a trade league. And finally the British one, which we might also be forced to join, is an empire. So yeah, what you have to take away is that diplomacy is now way more fleshed out, but we still have to make sure we're doing the basic stuff, such as getting decrees, and also taxes. And I might want to start building an army. Okay, we got a modern conservative, and you will pass homesteading. The intelligentsia wants to form an anti-country lobby against the British East India Company. Okay, yeah, this is a new mechanic where interest groups can create different lobbies, supporting or opposing different countries. So now the external politics are also connected with the internal ones. Okay, and the French are conquering Algeria, and also the British have taken over Tibet. Meanwhile, we enacted homesteading, and now it's time to also go for interventionism. Oh, and the Persians are going to war in Afghanistan. Yeah, I think the AI is a bit more aggressive in this patch, and stock exchange has been enacted. Now I think I'll go for line infantry. You know, just in case. Now this is pretty bad. I don't really want a lobby against Britain, no. Okay, now the British attitude towards me is cooperative, so that means I can give them some investment rights. Now if they really want to, they can go invest in my country, but they probably won't, to be honest. Now I could also try to get a trade agreement with them, and I think I'll do that. There we go. And we can also get on with the Sikh Empire, why not? And now I think I'll cancel all those trade routes I've created. Now interventionism has also been enacted, finally. Time for free trade. Oh, and also the Ottomans are going to war with Egypt. And with Russia. They are definitely losing this. Now the French just formed their own power bloc. It is a trade league. And the British are in Persia now. They are trying to basically conquer everything. And I think they will. Oh yeah, the Ottomans lost that decisively. Oh god, look at that. Yeah, it's really over for Persia. If I was them, I would probably try to align myself with the Russians. And now I actually have the opportunity to join the British power bloc. Should I do this? Might be a bad idea, but I'm gonna do it. I just can't resist. And we managed to enact free trade. That means the end of Corlos. Now I want a new government in charge. I think I'll try this one, because the Sunni ulema is led by an abolitionist, so that means I can ban slavery, or at least I can try. And we unlocked line infantry, so I think I'm gonna upgrade everyone, and I might even get a couple more units. Next, I'll move towards some railways. The pro-British lobby now wants me to get a defensive pact. I want that as well, but I don't think I can do it, to be honest. Oh yeah, I can actually. Wait, what? Sure. That's amazing, yeah. And the French want investment rights. Sure. And we managed to ban slavery. Now I'm gonna also establish the religious schools. Oh god, look at what Prussia did. They took Czechia from Austria. Okay, that's something I guess so, and the Qing is having a huge revolt. Oh, but we got religious schools. And now we can also get racial segregation instead of national supremacy. Okay, now China completely collapsed. That is pretty crazy, I'm not gonna lie to you. And I just can't believe this. The British are actually willing to form an alliance with me. I just need some more influence. Okay, let me get a rival. Yeah, this guy will do. I guess Kalata I don't really like them. Okay, now give me the alliance. Come on. This is just crazy. Britain with over 100 units is allying me with 5. Yeah, top tier diplomacy right here. Now you know what this means? It means I could attack Sindh and the British will support me. However, Sindh has a defensive pay with the British East India Company. But it doesn't matter because Britain is their overlord. Okay, let's call them in. There we go. Although I'm not too sure the British can send troops here. So we'll have to hold those guys on our own. However, they are just irregular infantry. Oh yeah, we're fine. I think we might even be able to push against them ourselves. We don't even need Britain. Training pays off. Oh yeah, it does. Racial segregation is also enacted. And we can enforce our demands on the Sindh. There we go. Now we have an actual country. And I think I might even be able to go against Kalat. They don't have that many units. And I'm pretty sure they still have irregulars. Ooh, but the Russians will also join. How about I try to just transfer a subject? Yeah, there is a smaller chance Russia joins. Okay, let's see. I'm also calling in Britain, no matter what. Yeah, and Russia joins. And I will also like to conquer Balochistan. Yeah, anyway, both the British and the Russians will be sending troops here. So this will be a very interesting war. We already took their capital. They capitulated. And now I'm gonna white peace with Russia. Okay, now we even have a subject of our own. I'm pretty sure they also changed the way vessels work. So let's see what this is all about. I could raise their payments. I could reduce their payments as well, which will reduce their liberty desire. And that means I can annex them faster. Yeah, I'll do that. I can also exempt them for military service. They're getting +1 liberty desire because they're isolated from my market. But they are literally not. I think it might take a bit of time to update. In the meanwhile, let's take over Kandahar. And maybe I should start building some government administration to integrate all those states. And now I'm getting a Baluchi succession. Wait, what? So because I got a Baluchi succession, for some reason I immediately white peace with Kandahar. I'm pretty sure that is a bug. Well, yeah, that was pretty weird. And now I have to wait 5 more years before I can attack them again. Yeah, that right there is completely stupid. At least we got rid of that revolt. Okay, now I think it's time to go to war with Kabul. However, they are protected by Persia. So it is going to be interesting. I'll bring in Britain, and of course they bring in Persia. Oh, and Kabul is fearful. Okay. Let's see what else we can take from them. This state will give me a connection to this other guy. Yeah, I think I want that. And then I only have 50 more maneuvers. So I think I'll just make this a primary demand, and we'll see where it goes from here. Okay, that's it. The war is over. And I think I know my next target. We should be surrounding the Sikh Empire. So let's try to take over those guys. We can do this on our own, I think. There we go. We conquer those guys. Should I also conquer those guys? They will get help from Bukhara, which has a couple units. But I'm still doing it. I can always call in Britain if I want to. And yeah, I think I will. And also Bukhara, making them my tributary. Let's go for this. Now I guess we could try to get cultural exclusion. There is a big movement for it. Oh, and the Russians also want investment rights. Sure, you can have them. Everybody is welcomed. And you know, I might want to go for the Sikh Empire at some point. So I think it's time to destroy my relations with them. Okay, and that war over there is over. Now Bukhara is our subject. However, they are defiant. So I should probably reduce their payments and maybe evangelize them, yeah. Yeah, I think that might be a bit better. But I might also have to build in their territory. Okay, now it's finally time to also take Kandahar again. This time I'm actually annexing you. Okay, and we finally also got railways. We need a lot of them, I'm not gonna lie to you. In our country and in our subject as well. And now the army has created an anti-British league. That's too bad for them, I'll be friends with Britain forever. And we're having another succession. It was to be expected. And now Bukhara wants to be in their own market because they're isolated. Okay, fine, you can do that. But if you want that, I'm also decreasing your autonomy. Hope that was worth it. Oh, and now we also have a new ruler. Yeah, okay, that's fine. We got General Stefan Lop. That means I could upgrade everyone to skirmish infantry. Let's see if we can afford that. Oh, and now I can also build a power block statue. Yeah, every power block has its own statue, which you can build in a state and then it will give you certain buffs in that state. Here, however, I'm only getting the decree cost, which I don't think is that important. Let's also get a quick trade agreement with France. Oh, and Portugal wants to get a defensive pact. Okay, sure. And we managed to finally enact cultural exclusion. Now this means we are still discriminating against a bunch of people actually. Nah, but it's fine. Now I would like to go to war with Kabul. However, the British are already part of a couple big wars, so I don't really want to bother them. Now I could try to go for per capita taxation. Now since we are just waiting for Britain to finish their wars, I might as well go ahead and conquer those guys over here. On an unrelated note, an anti-Russian league has just formed. Okay, that's pretty cool, except we have really good relations with Russia. Well, anyway, let's focus on this war. I don't really have enough maneuvers to take all their states right now in one war, so I guess I'm just gonna take 3 out of 4. Okay, and now the landowners want to revolt because I'm passing per capita. But I think I still want to do it, if I'm being honest. Oh wait, what now? The French are attacking me? They are trying to conquer a lot of states actually. Yeah, I'll have to bring in Britain. Now they are worried. Oh, and we actually managed to enact per capita. But I accidentally closed that pop-up. However, everything is fine now. We can bring the landowners back in government. And we should try to appease them by passing dedicated police force. Oh, and also it's time to end this war over here. Much better. Now I guess I just have to wait for this war to end. The Portuguese are going in a civil war, and you know I kinda promised to protect them. So I think I'll do that. I'll do that for a bankroll. Oh, but Britain joined, and now they don't want me anymore. Okay, fine. Now with the French, I think I'll do this. I'll be banning slavery in Makaran, and they'll be giving me war reps. I think that's a pretty good deal. And now I think I might be giving some states up here to Bukhara. That should lower their liberty desire. And all those states lower the liberty desire so much, I think I will just be able to annex them. And they accept. Okay, now, that's a bit broken, I'm not gonna lie to you. Just being able to give away states to lower liberty desire, bit broken. And you know I might try to do the same for Makaran actually. I really don't see why not. Another state. And now there is a 75% chance they accept being annexed. And they do, of course. This really shouldn't be in the game. Now the only big disadvantage with this exploit is that if you give up incorporated states, then you'll have to incorporate them again after you annex your subject. Yeah, I did not think about that. But I think it's still worth it. Oh, and I just noticed the French also annexed Belgium. I think that might be why they felt so confident going to war with me. And for some reason, taking states from the Sikh Empire is very cheap. Always because of the power block. Oh, colonial offices gives you 50% less infamy against unrecognized powers. Okay, that's really overpowered thinking about it. Yeah, I think I will take advantage of that. And I will bring in Britain, of course. But then the Ottomans join in for some reason. Those guys are still fearful. I really hope the British will send a lot of troops here. And looks like I don't have enough maneuvers to take over everything. I guess I'll have to let them live in Kashmir. But at least we got a police force now. And some bureaucracy problems. Britain, this is not enough, you gotta send more troops. Even more of them. Okay, that's it, the Sikh Empire capitulated. Now we control most of Punjab. And that means we're having huge bureaucracy shortages. Because this state has 14 million population. And also now for some reason everybody wants censorship right now. So I guess I'll have to do this. And then I'll have to build a bunch more government administrations. I think those guys actually want to censor the press, so the public doesn't find out how incompetent we are. Now I would like to do something about Oman. They are having a bit too many treaty ports in my land. It's time to get rid of some of them. And the huge military power of the Sikh Empire doesn't even have any units at this point. And censorship is enacted. And the Omani actually want to go to war. Wrong choice. Now a lot of people want to get a national guard. Okay, I'll do it. Okay, and now Prussia is trying to unify Germany. That is pretty interesting. And Oman lost this war. Now it's time for me to do what I planned to do initially. And that is attack Kabul. I think I'll just make them a tributary, to be honest. I think that's gonna be a good idea. I'm calling Britain as well. Persia sides with them, but that's fine, I'm gonna take states from them as well. Yeah, I'll be taking all of the states east of Britain. And they want to go to war. Again, wrong choice. Thanks to Britain, this was not even a fight. It was a beatdown. Now Kabul is my good friendly vassal. Very friendly, I'm sure. Yeah, I guess I can give them some more rights. And I could try to grant them a couple more states, maybe. Then we can make them a vassal. And then I'll try to give them even more states to annex them. Oh, but no, I have to wait for 5 more years until the truce is over. Okay, that's fine. I can wait. Okay, the Prussians managed to get the North German Federation. It is a pretty good start. Now, to be honest, I think expanding in Victoria 3 has been made way easier. Look, I only have 50 infamy, and I conquered all of this in like 30 years. Also got National Guard. Portugal wants a trade agreement. Sure, I guess we can get closer relations with them. Now it's time to get rid of this country for good. It really had to happen. Oh, and Ethiopia formed right here. Okay, I have a jingoist agitator on the landowners. Yeah, I'll get him to be the leader. Because now I can go for professional army, finally. All this time I played with peasant levies. I might plan to do some overseas expansion. And for that I will need to start building a navy, I think. Oh, but first I need to build a military shipyard. That makes sense. And now we got a flood. That's bad news. Professional army. Now it's time to also get landed voting. Only this guy is opposing it. Well, you might want to go somewhere else. Okay, now there is no opposition to getting a voting system. Although this guy has been a pretty good authoritarian ruler. He has managed to expand our country a whole lot. Okay, and the truce we had with the Sikh Empire is also over, so it's time for another war. And Tibet doesn't like this. Well, then if you want to join the war, I might want to take some states from you as well, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna annex you. How about that? And Britain is now guaranteeing my independence. The Sikh Empire was annexed, and I will still go into Tibet. I'm gonna conquer them, I'll do this. Now after I annex Tibet, I also have a connection to Yunnan. So I could help them for an obligation, yes. And also Khiva needs help for an obligation again. Sure, why not? Although I'm losing a lot of money on those wars. Well, time to annex Tibet. They 100% deserve it. Yunnan has been saved. Religion, autocracy and nationality completed. I guess more conversion is not too bad. I mean, most of us are Sunni after all. Oh yeah, and this is a new map mode they added. The religious map mode. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Okay, now my truce with Kabul is over. It's time for them to receive some more states. Oh, there we go. Look how big Kabul is. And now they will be no more. There we go. We don't have any more subjects. Now I think it might be time to sort out all the production methods. And also at this point I should probably start incorporating my states. that's the main reason I don't make any money, because all those states are not incorporated, so they don't pay taxes, and that just cannot be allowed. Democracy is here. Oh, and I noticed I have enough states to form Pakistan, but that requires pan-nationalism, which I don't have. To be honest, I'm only researching nationalism right now, so that will definitely have to wait. And the German Empire formed. Let's go. Russia actually managed to unify Germany. Portugal is now in another civil war, so of course I'll help them for a bankroll. Maybe this time they'll give it to me. Yes, they will. They actually will. And yeah, I guess I can even send a couple units over there. Oh, and we got elections. Let's form our new government. And now all of a sudden literally everybody wants to get colonies. So you know what? Sure, I'll do it. The royal folk will become angry, but it doesn't really matter to me. Oh god, what just happened over here? So Germany took Wallonia, but then they gave up the Rhineland. And also Brittany got their independence, and so did Corsica. Those are the worst French borders I've ever seen. Wait, what? The British are willing to take on our huge debt. Now that would be pretty nice. Okay, now we're back in business. Colonies. Let's start getting colonies. Yes, that's a good idea. Except we can't really colonize anywhere. Those guys have way too much malaria. And we got central archives. That's exactly what I needed. Because now I can switch to this and get a bunch of bureaucracy. And I can finally integrate everyone. New election, and this time those guys won. So I guess it's time to change something. Such as getting freedom of conscience. Now the British will probably be taking over the entirety of Persia. Good for them, I guess. And now we also got the Tibetan uprising. All the time, and they're trying to cause me trouble. And now all of a sudden the ulema wants to revolt. Oh, now I can get an investment agreement in Yunnan for the obligation I owe them. That means I can start building in Yunnan. Oh, and we got freedom of conscience actually. Now it's time to also get appointed bureaucrats. And Britain is going to war with Russia over Japan. That's a weird Japanese flag. And I've been expelled from the British power bloc for some reason. Okay, Britain, I hope we can still remain good friends. Joint front has formed. Okay, the US just created their own power bloc with the Netherlands and some other random guys. It's an ideological union. And we got appointed bureaucrats. Okay, now this new government won the elections. Then I guess we're getting public health insurance. Although it will be another bureaucracy hit. Yeah, I have to build up more government administrations. Oh, and Scandinavia also formed. Okay. And they are part of the German bloc. Oh, and the bloc of the Ottomans disappeared at some point. Oh god, communist Germany might take over. Or maybe not, because the US is helping the empire. Okay, the British kicked me out, but actually they still want me in their power bloc. Okay then, I will join. The only reason I'm still doing this is that they have that really good infamy reduction. And as you can see, I don't have any infamy anymore. So it's time to expand. And I was thinking about going after Uyghurstan. You know, they don't have any units. However, there is a pretty good chance the Russians join. So I have to bring in Britain. And Bahrain requests to support their independence. No, I don't want that. I'm not gonna support the independence of everyone. Oh, come on, Britain. Bring in more troops. Help me fight the Russians. I know you want to. I mean, it kinda seems like everybody wants to beat the Russians at this point. Yeah, alright, we're doing a pretty good job. Thank God for the Brits. And we managed to enact public health insurance. Oh, and look at that. I just noticed Yunnan is investing in my country for some reason. Okay, that's cool. And the British are also going to read the French now. That might create some problems. Oh, and they're calling me in. Okay, I will join. But I don't want a guarantee. Come on now. I want a bankroll. Time for peace with the Russians. Yeah, I didn't really have enough maneuvers to take everything. But I did my best. Now, again, I've been expelled. No, seems like the British don't really want me anymore. Oh, and now Germany is going to war with Russia. Or actually, no, it's more like Spain going to war with America. And somehow, most of the great powers got caught up in this. And now the Uyghurs want to secede all of a sudden. Okay, now those guys in Yemen are having a revolt. And they are actually willing to become my tributary if I help them. Sure, I don't see why not. And now Britain is inviting me back into the power bloc. They just can't make their mind. Okay, I guess I'm back. I don't know for how long though. Okay, we're white piecing with France. I'm okay with that. As long as I'm getting my bankroll, that's all I care about. Now you know what? I kinda want to get rid of Khiva. They are bothering me. And the Russians joined against me. So again I have to bring in Britain. They left me no other choice. And you know what? Yeah, I'll be conquering the entirety of Khiva. Oh, come on, Britain, you gotta send more troops here. And now Mahra wants control over their own market. Okay, fine. Yeah, I should probably also give them some privileges, like less payments. The British have not been sending enough troops over here. We're getting pushed back. Come on, Britain, more troops, come on now. What are you doing? You are not even part of any other wars. Okay, now we're holding them back in some places. I never doubted you, Britain. And now the royal folk are plotting a coup. That's pretty bad. There we go, we managed to win. Oh, and I just became a major power somehow. I'm gonna be losing the rank, but that's okay. I guess I could maintain it by enlarging the army. Yeah, I will do it. Now I think I'll go for Mongolia. Hopefully this time the Russians don't join. Oh, and we got a new ruler. This guy who's an authoritarian and who gives us less authority. Yeah, I'll have to get rid of some of the taxes. Okay, goodbye Mongolia. And now if Uyghurstan wouldn't have this revolt, I would go for them. But they have it, so I think I'll be going for Sibey instead. You know what, actually? I think I might make those guys my tributary. And there is a big chance they give up. Oh yeah, they did. Okay, that's nice. Now they are gaining liberty desire. And of course I'm gonna be granting them a state. The state I just took from them. And I could even appoint a governor. But I don't think I will. However, I'm also gonna make Shaanxi a tributary now. And I'm pretty sure they're also gonna give up. There we go, those guys back down as well. And also Spain also made their way into China. And yeah, I maintain my rank as a major power. Okay, we're gonna be getting a Kazakh succession. And also this coup is getting way too close. We have to stop it by any means. And now it is time to get our first company. Although yeah, I know it's a bit late. I will choose this iron company. Okay, now I think it might be time to give some more states to Shibei. Oh, and also let's appoint a governor. So if I put a Sindhi one, their liberty desire will go up by 5. And if I put a Han ruler, their liberty desire will go down by 5. Okay, for some reason I can't grant them any more states. So that means I have to annex them right now, although they'll probably not accept. Wait, what? Uyghurs even join against me. Okay, then I'm taking your state. And also Korea. Yeah, you know what? I'll bring in Britain. I can't be bothered. Okay, now the intelligentsia wants total separation. I guess I can try that. The Americans now want a trade agreement. Okay, I suppose we can get closer relations with them. They became the second biggest power bloc, although they have zero cohesion. And now those guys want to start a revolt. Well, too bad for them, that was too late. Now we got civilizing mission. So that means now we can earn our recognition. The bear will advance based on those conditions, and it will retreat based on those. And now we also got pan-nationalism. So you know what that means? It's time to form Pakistan. What a glorious union. Very, very nice. That means way less cultures will be discriminated. And now I can also request embassies in different countries. For example in Britain. And that's about it. No one else wants to help me. Now I think it's time to also finally annex Shaanxi. But first of course I will give them some more states. They deserve them. Yeah, now that's a big Shaanxi. Time for it to be no more. There we go. Ah yes, the natural borders of Pakistan. Now let's fix up the borders a little bit. Let's take the rest of Uyghurstan. And also I want Tuva. Okay, everybody wants public schools right now, or else they're gonna revolt. So I have no choice but to accept this. And now I also want Tuva. Tanu Tuva. And now I think we're gonna have a civil war no matter what. The radicalism is just way too high. Oh, and of course also the Uyghurs want to fight. Ah, and the Manchu as well. At least Tuva capitulated. And the religious revolt also started. They got quite a couple units, but thankfully I got quite a couple allies. Okay, finally this ended, but those guys still think they can go for round 2. But we got public schools, those guys move too slow. Now I will try to also restrict child labor. And Austria-Hungary just went communist. Also the German Empire annexed the Baltics for some reason, except for Lithuania. The American flu, I hope it doesn't reach us. And child labor is now restricted. Okay, we got the flu. The Pakistani-British Treaty of Commerce and Navigation. This landmark treaty officially abrogates any previous unequal treaties between Great Britain and Pakistan. And that's because we earned our recognition. And now Pakistan will become recognized. There we go, we're a real country now. And the Russians really like us all of a sudden. And Persia now demands me to give back one of their states. Do you see who you are talking with? You are talking with a recognized country. No. In fact, I'll be the one who will be taking states from you. Oh yeah, now you're fearful all of a sudden. You should be. I think you might be starting to regret this. Now let's end this war. Yeah, that's what you get now. Okay, thank God the pandemic is over. And also now Germany is going to war with everybody. Now I don't have any more infamy, so I think it's time to conquer some more land in China. This time of course I'm going for Sichuan. This should be pretty easy. And we also managed to enact wealth voting, by the way. And now there is a pretty big movement to get wage subsidies, and I think I'll do that. Now another movement appeared to get ethno-state. I don't think I'll do that. My country might be a bit too multicultural. But anyway, now it's time to also enforce our demands on this guy. And that's much better. Now I think I might keep going into China a little bit more. Now I could try to get steel frame buildings as well. That will cause a shortage, but it will be worth it in the long run. Now we got wage subsidies enacted as well. And now I also managed to become a great power. So now I think it's time to take a look at the rest of the world. As we can see, Germany formed and they took over the Baltics. Scandinavia also formed. Italy remained divided, however. Austria went communist and they created a new power bloc from scratch, a new communist ideological union. But the only members are Switzerland and Serbia. Anyway, Belgium also got liberated at some point and they went communist as well. France had a really bad game right here. Africa is still getting colonized at the moment. And the Americas are looking as you'd expect, except for Colombia, which managed to conquer Uruguay, however somehow lost to the literal forest. Those are the main power blocks right now in case you're wondering. The Russians had a pretty good game. They managed to get quite a lot of people in their block. But of course Britain is number 1 and the British power block is all across Asia. In part thanks to me, Pakistan. As you remember, I started off as this little country right over here in this state. Not even the entirety of it. I literally started off as the smallest and weakest country in this entire update, and somehow I managed to conquer all of this and become a great power. Mostly through some very good diplomacy with the British. So yeah, overall I think this is a pretty good update. And I also think we did a pretty good job. I mean, we have the 7th largest economy in the world, above Russia surprisingly, and we have the biggest population in the entire world, mostly thanks to China. Yeah, anyway, in case you're wondering, those are all the roads I managed to pass. Those are my institutions which eat all of my bureaucracy. That's how the culture map mode looks like. The new religious overview as well, and those are my 2 companies. So that's it, thank you very much for watching, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more Victoria 3 A to Z, and I'll see you in the next one.